Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Marine Corps Serenity. Gunner here, as always. Don't need that piece of wood. I am structurally not happy with how jiggly the third floor is. And so, for my safety and a little peace of mind, I am adding a little bit of structure to it to keep this thing from jiggling like it does, because I am very heavy, and yeah, I think the bottom needs a little bit more reinforcement, because the more wood I add, the heavier it becomes, and I don't want to think that the heavier I become, but I am not losing weight as fast as I want to. So instead of breaking bones, let's play this a smart and safe way. Don't you worry, I'm going to be going up to the third floor and working a bit up there too. So it's not all on the ground safe stuff. This is going to be also a thrilling, edge of your seat excitement. I only have a little bit of a window here before the rain starts, but luckily I was able to get all this filming done before the rain actually came in. When I did approach this building, again, there was 2 deer, one doe and one baby doe. I didn't see any spots on it, so I assume it's a baby doe. Unfortunately, I scurried it away from the pond that's only about 100 feet from me. But that's okay. They always come back. The pond is a great source of fresh water for them. Unfortunately, the water doesn't stay in that pond very long, especially in the summer, but we've been getting a lot of rain lately, which is great. I love to see nature. You know, it also occurred to me that this is like pretty close to being the day where, you know, days become shorter because the sun's going to go down a little bit more quick every day. So this is the full green of summer. Everything kind of starts going brown from this point on. Not right away, of course. I don't know why I haven't brought the bucket over yet, if I keep coming back for more screws. I must have dropped some. But hey, I know I eventually come back to the treehouse with the whole bucket. Oh, yeah, we gotta bring the camera over. Show you guys something. So yeah, this little part I'm about to show you is probably the most unsafe part of the treehouse. Yeah, right there. It's just dangling off the side, that board right there. Half of it's on, half of it's off, just floating in the air. And no, we don't like that. Like I said, safety first. Brilliant idea. It happens every now and then. If you can see weird blue stuff in my beard, that's not what you think it is. It's sunscreen. That Australian brand sunscreen that turns blue in bad, I don't know, ultraviolet rays or something. So that's fun. Kind of looks even more blue with my blue shirt. Bringing over some extra material to help, remedy the situation that I just pointed out to y'all. What I'm showing you is this is that not wood, but what the new deck is made out of, the composite stuff. So it's like a plastic laminate. Whoop, there goes the camera. Yeah, I'm trying to lay it on grass right now just so I can get you the best view from this side instead of having to drive the little side-by-side over to stabilize the camera. I just figured, maybe the grass will work. And it does, sort of, work. More composite. Yep. So the composite deck, I guess the pieces were just too long, and so they had to shave off the ends, and that's what I got to work with. They're nothing special. Like, I can't actually use them because they're too short, but I have an idea in mind that will be saved for later videos. Kind of make a rooftop out of them, kind of a shingle thing. That'll be fun. Oh, screws. Yep, brought my bucket of screws over. No need to walk back and forth. Yeah, I've been losing some weight, if you can tell. Man, it's such a slow process. You wish it would be like instant, but there's no Ozempic here. All natural. You know, what's really terrible is, I mean, my arms aren't like super scrawny, but the muscle tends to go away when you're trying to lose fat too. Just can't be a perfect world, unless you did, steroids or something, but that's not me. No need. I'm not a professional bodybuilder or a person that cares too much about what people think. Yeah. There we go. That solves part of the problem. Still plenty more problem to fix. Oh, now I'm going to stand on the bucket, which I'm surprised doesn't really collapse, but it can actually hold my weight for a short time. Yeah, so this composite wood is difficult to screw in because like I said, you have to go through like a layer of plastic, hard plastic, and then that like particle board stuff. So, I mean, once you get past the plastic part, then it goes in fairly easy, but yeah, it takes at least 3 times as long as just wood. but I like how strong the composite board is compared to regular wood. Yeah, you can see some of that blue streak in my dark beard. Really good sunscreen. And when you get skin cancer, you really tend to not care what it looks like on your face, as long as you have sunscreen on. Yeah, see that thick plastic. Regular and plastic wood. Now to fix that. No go. You can really see those wheels are spinning in my brain. What to do, what to do, what to do. I think I got it. Yep. That was the light bulb. Oh, look at that. Pure concentration. I don't think I'm off the ground yet. Let's try again. Oh no, I'm off the ground. There's the side-by-side. Yeah, there we go. It's hard to climb with a camera in your hand. Wheels are spinning. Believe it or not, this is one of the nicer days of the week. You can't tell by all the sweat off my forehead, but at least it's not as hot as it was. The sun is pretty much covered by the clouds. If I was in direct sunlight, I wouldn't be out there right now. Trying to find a good spot for the tripod to sit on the second deck, but I don't have enough floorboards, if you will, to keep that thing stable. I'm making it way harder than it has to be. I need one of those tripods that have the adjustable legs that you can kind of like wrap around a branch or something that kind of just keeps it hanging there instead of your traditional tripod. Because like I said, I'm using 3 little trees for the stability of this whole treehouse. And there I am off screen. Yeah, not the best placement of the camera, but I shouldn't be off screen too long. Just picking up the composite wood that I need to fix the barely hanging on second floor deck wood that I showed earlier. And there's the piece. I think it's a pretty clever idea what I do with this piece of composite wood. Not to toot my own horn or anything. Trying to find a place to place the bucket. Just seems like a bad day for placing anything. First the tripod. Now I'm trying to find a place to put the bucket where the bucket won't just fall over as soon as I jiggle the whole treehouse. I don't want to pick up all those thousands of screws in tall grass. I keep putting this off, but I need to put one piece of wood or composite at the very bottom so I don't have to stretch my legs so high up in order to climb the treehouse. I haven't done that yet, and it's always a problem. Yeah, I just like to make things harder for myself. I wasn't crying just there either. There's sweat in my eyes, okay? I think this is pretty clever of me, what I do here. Which I already said, but hopefully I will move the camera to show you what I do. It's just not working with me right at the moment. Let me show you now. See that? I slid the composite wood underneath the second floor floor. There was a little gap between the wood pieces and that's holding the frame together. The frame and the floor part itself of the second floor, if that makes sense. So I slid it into this slat that was basically the same size as a composite board. Humid. So now I have to just screw this in. And I think the problem will be solved. Guess we'll find out if the board holds or not when I'm up on the third floor. And if it can hold me, it sure can hold my grandson. Technically, it can hold like 30 of my grandsons, because I'm so large. Yeah, that's pretty good footage. So I screw down through the floor of the second floor, and the screw goes into the composite wood, and it pulls up the composite wood. So now the floor is even, and that deck wood that's just floating, that was halfway floating there, is no longer floating. I use about 5 more screws to hold that composite wood in place too, so extra strong. Should theoretically work. Yeah, I put sunscreen on my neck. I have blue hairs. Sorry for the atrocious camera editing or just being in front of the camera. I apologize. Got another screw in. And covering up the footage. Okay, there we go. You get the gist. Look at all that sweat just dripping. That is hard work right there. Alright. That'll be one problem fixed. And now I'll be able to lay some wood down opposite way of, well, creating a floor for the third floor, and I'll be sitting up there on the third floor. I can't wait to show you guys in the next video. Try to keep these under 25 minutes or so. If it gets too long, then nobody will want to view it. Finish screwing in this composite wood. And then I will catch you guys in the next video.